Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video in Fire Emblem Heroes. Today is a Saturday, and that means usually that it is a safe day to not expect any fake content. But for some reason, Nintendo decided to give us a big surprise and give us a trailer that is exclusive to their Twitter. I don't know. The only reason I even know that this existed was because Calmilla left a comment on the Rocker Siege's video I just put out, and let me know that apparently they are now debuting trailers on their Twitter now. So we've got this trailer. I didn't really look at the text. I just saw that all of a sudden there's a trailer for the new heroes that are going to arrive on the 18th. I was expecting this trailer tomorrow, but here we have it. And so we may, you know what, no time like the present. Let's go ahead and watch it together for the first time and see what it's all about. So I'm going to try to close my eyes and gauge the volume here so it's not too loud. And open my eyes after the big reveal of all of them splashed together so we can react to them one by one. So let's go ahead and play. Play? There we go. It's a little loud. Let's, there we go. Alright, closing my eyes. Let's see. Alright, opening them now. Oh, Sprightly Dancer. More dancers? Jeez. What is with their dancer kick lately? It's like the armors from last year. Larum. So we've got Infantry Dagger Unit. Dragon Slasher. Okay. Disarm Trap. I see a new class of skill called Gaps. Interesting. Let's see what that's about. Okay, so we've got Knightly Ideal. Oh, wow, Perceval looks cool. So he's a Cavalry Lancer, Prized Lance, so it looks like he is going to have a full deck going into this with his own exclusive weapon. There he goes. Very nice. Who's this? Unyielding Idealist. Oh, Echidna. She looks cool. Infantry Axe User, another Axe User, so they're pulling in more Axe Users as well, and we went through a long drought without any Axe Users. What a pity. I like her art. Nabata Protector. Who is this? Igrene. Oh, Kaboon art. I recognize Kaboon's art anywhere. Wow, she's gorgeous. Guardian's Bow. Life and Death 4. Special Spiral. Wow, she's stacked. Well, in more ways than one. So, Paralog Story, Heavenly Witness. Alright, so we are going to get an introduction into... Hold on, let's pause here. So, yeah, let's pause here. Okay, new heroes are here. It has been so long since we've gotten new Kaboon art. That's like the most exciting thing for me about this banner, is that we're getting Kaboon back and represented in the game again. But yeah, so we've got even color distribution here starting on the 19th, or on the 18th, I suppose, depending on whether or not you honor Daylight Savings Time. But yeah, we're getting these 4 all-new units. They look great. Let's go ahead and keep going, because it looks like there's a little bit more of the trailer left, so maybe there's a 3 to 4 star... There is. Chad. Oh, okay. He looks cool. He looks like, it looks like his art was done by the same guy who did Rye, maybe? It has that dramatic shading look to it, so that's certainly possible. But another Infantry Dagger unit, so... Chad Lycean Wildcat also appears as a non-focused 3 to 4 star hero. Well, that is interesting. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take a closer look at these units, take a closer look at some of the art as well, and see what they're bringing to the table and whether or not they're worth summoning. Alright, so first up we've got this Sprightly Dancer here. It's just part of the Resistance. I like the art. It's cute. I don't know. What has Kawasumi done before? I don't remember. But yeah, art looks pretty cute. A little on the plain side, I would say. And it looked like her kit was not full. It was like just a... Yeah. So let's take a pause here. But, so she is at least introducing a new weapon. So Dragon Slasher Plus. It's a 12 might weapon. Effective against dragon. So it's our first dagger, inheritable dagger that is effective against dragon foes. In fact, now that I'm actually thinking about it, are there any... other inheritable dragon effective weapons? I actually don't know. I feel like most of them are locked. Well, regardless, we may be breaking some new ground here. It is a dragon effective weapon, a brand new one. Disables unit and foes skills that change attack priority, so it's got built-in hardy bearing, and then it has the naturally built-in defensive debuffing effect that all daggers have. So that's pretty good. I mean, if dragons are the bane of your existence, having another Dragon Slayer on your team is never a bad thing. Dance for the assist. What would a dancer be without dance? Disarm trap 3 for the B slot when attacking an ether raids. If unit ends up on a bolt or heavy trap, cancels the trap's effect. Again, I think this is a pretty good skill. It's obviously niche. It only applies to one specific game mode, but it has its uses for sure. But I also don't think it's like a universal skill that everybody is chomping at the bit to get. So we have this new class of skill called Speed Res Gap 3 for the C slot. At start of turn, grants Speed Res +5 to ally with the highest Speed plus Res total for 1 turn. Interesting, so it acts kind of like those light and dark ether raid structures, more or less, where it calculates the aggregate of 2 stat lines for, you know, all of the allies that you have, and whoever has the most of those combined stats will get a bonus as well. And it's a map-wide buff. It's interesting. It's a unique kind of buff, so I'm all for them kind of branching out and introducing new kinds of buffs. So I could definitely see some strategies revolving around the gap skills. But nothing mind-blowing here as far as overall kit. I think that she has, basically everything that she has is kind of niche. But she's a dancer, and she's a dancer dagger unit, which we just got Tethys, so who was the first dancer dagger unit in the general pool that was introduced, and now we've already got a second one. But that's cool. They're filling out that pool. They're filling out that weapon movement combination. So yeah, good to see her. Glad to see Larum here. And yeah, so she's doing that effective damage against this Fafnir. Alright, so up next we've got Knightly Ideal. Perceval looking very, very dapper. I like his purple cloak here. I love the black and gold armor. I think it looks very stylish. He is a cavalry lancer, and there is a lot of competition in that category. We'll see what he brings to the table that's separate and distinct. Let's pause here. So he does come with his own exclusive weapon, like we said. So Prized Lance. It's a 16 might weapon. Accelerates special trigger, so cooldown -1. At start of combat, if foe's HP is equal to 100%, grants attack speed defense res +4 during combat, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. So it has +4 to all stats and a guard effect on the enemy as long as they have full HP. It works on both phases, it seems. Okay, it's a strong effect. Nowadays, when I see cavalry or basically heavy offense cavalry, I automatically gravitate towards thinking about its usefulness in ether raids, and them kind of like jousting in and attacking, and then gale forcing and then backing out. Which again is something, you know, he has special trigger cooldown -1. So, and then he gets a whole bunch of boosts when the opponents have 100% HP, I should say. Luna for the special, alright. Attack defense solo 3. Yeah, for the A slot, we're seeing more and more cavalry have these solo skills because they have a tendency to overextend and run out because they have that extensive movement, that additional movement tile that they can traverse. So, naturally, they're probably going to be away from their allies if they're, you know, the first up to bat. Lull attack speed 3 for the B slot, inflicts attack speed -3 on foe, and neutralizes foes' bonuses to attack and speed during combat. Lull attack speed 3 is so good. I really love the lull skills, and like clockwork, I'm going to lament the fact that they are locked against flyers. Rouse defense res 3 for the C slot. At start of turn, if unit is not adjacent to an ally, grants defense res +6 to unit for 1 turn. Okay. So yeah, kind of synergizing with the solo aspect of him. Nothing mind-blowing, again, out of Perceval's kit. I mean, his lance is good. I like the condition. I think it feels like his kit is kind of suited to him being AI-controlled, basically on Ether Raid's defense, or something to that effect. I mean, it just feels as though, you know, you're baiting him out, he's gonna run forward with additional mobility, he's gonna get all of these self-sustained buffs, he's gonna have that lull attack speed 3, and he's gonna get additional buffs because, you know, you're probably not going to be engaging or baiting him out if you have less than 100% HP. So he's gonna get that guard effect on you, as well as the +4 to all stats. It's a fine kit, it's a potent kit, it's just nothing that really blows me away as far as a cavalry lancer is concerned. Not that it needs to. I mean, again, we don't need skills that blow us away every single time. I think Perceval has a fine kit. and I think fans of Perceval are going to be happy with it, probably. And then we'll just have to kind of see what his stat line is going to be like. So let's keep going. But it does seem like he fits that role of kind of the lone cavalry to just run in and do some damage. I like his horse. His horse is cool. Alright, so we've got Unyielding Idealist. Echidna here. I like her style. I like the rustic villager-esque design of her outfit and her armor. I think it looks really nice. And she is going to be an infantry axe user, which again is something that we've kind of been in short supply of, at least as far as new faces are concerned, until recently. And then all of a sudden we've gotten a huge influx of them. So she's definitely a welcome sight. Let's go ahead and pause here. So a very, very small kit. She comes with Rear Guard Plus, so this is an all-new inheritable axe, Might 14. If foe initiates combat, grants defense +7 during combat. Okay, well, it's not terribly exciting. It's something, again, the axes are kind of playing catch-up with the other weapons that have weapons that fit this role. So yeah, nothing particularly special there, although I could see it used on a very, very tanky axe unit that's going to be relying on a bonfire or Ignis proc to do most of their damage. Soul for the special, Brazen Speed Res 3 for the A slot. At start of combat, if unit's HP is less than or equal to 80%, grant speed res +7 during combat. Probably one of the more niche Brazens for sure. Not giving any real attack boosts, giving a speed boost, and then res, although her weapon gives her a defense boost, so it's kind of weird. It's like it's not really jiving and synergizing there. And then for the C slot, Drive Attack 2, grants attack +3 to allies within 2 spaces during combat. It's also kind of a weird choice. I feel like her kit is really random. Like, it's an assortment of skills that don't really work with each other. So I don't know how I really feel about this. I mean, you can consider Echidna almost to be maybe like a blank slate, depending on what her stat line is. You can build her any number of different ways. None of these skills are like must-haves. None of these skills are skills that people, I think, really, really are going to be pulling hard for. And she is definitely a high candidate for the demote, I've got to say. Which is fine. We could definitely, I think, use more infantry axe users as a demotion. So let's keep going. Nothing really special, to be completely honest. But she looks great. I mean, her art's really cool. Her voice is good, too. Alright, so here we are. Nabata Protector. And it is going to be... Alright, it's going to be Igrene, and she is a... Oh, weird. So she's an infantry red archer. That's kind of... Infantry archers with colored bows recently haven't really been doing so hot. I mean, just honestly, quite frankly. I mean, with the exception of legendary Lucina, probably, I think most infantry color bow users just really aren't making huge strides in general. That said, I'm curious to see what skills they give her to kind of make the red bow archetype work. Her art is absolutely fantastic. Kaboon always does an amazing job, and I'm so happy to see him back in action and doing more work for Fire Emblem Heroes. Igrene's art looks absolutely phenomenal here. She looks amazing. So let's just keep going right along and take a look at what her skills are. So she does come with her own exclusive bow, Guardian's Bow, very apt to name, 14 might weapon, effective against flyers, of course. Accelerates special trigger, so it's going to have a slaying effect. Effective against flying foes, if unit speed is greater than foe speed, inflicts attack speed defense -5 on foe during combat. Really? So that's interesting. So it sounds like she's going to be very speedy, and if that's the case, she's going to be inflicting a whole heck of a bunch of debuffs during combat, which is very strong. In-combat debuffs are really, really powerful in the game right now, just because there's no way to prevent in-combat debuffs. Okay, Blazing Wind for the special. So she has an AoE special. A Life and Death 4 grants attack speed +7, inflicts defense res -5. Okay, so again, a natural progression of the Life and Death skills. Life and Death 3 had attack and speed +5. So this is, again, you're just getting an additional +2 attack and +2 speed. You're not getting additional minus defense or res, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, Life and Death 3 has always been kind of a budget skill that everybody could kind of gravitate towards for their strictly player phase units. and this is just an advancement or evolution of it. And she comes with Special Spiral 3 for the B slot, and Infantry Locked, amazing skill. If special triggers before or during combat, grants special cooldown -2 during combat. So, Guardian's Bow gives -1 cooldown. Blazing Wind has a 4-turn cooldown, will start at a 3-turn cooldown. Special Spiral 3 ensures that after she procs Blazing Wind, it's going to actually go down to a 1-turn cooldown. So she's going to have to get one additional cooldown somewhere to make sure that she can chain this AoE special, any sort of infantry pulse or any other skill like that. Or she could just ditch the AoE special, use a 3 cooldown special, or she could use a 4 or 5 turn cooldown special, but instead use something like Flashing Blade. So she's got a lot of options. I mean, I say Flashing Blade only because that's going to be a seal available to her, and it looks like she's going to be decked out as far as speed is concerned. She comes with Pulse Smoke 3 as well for the C slot, inflicts special cooldown count +1 on target and foes within 2 spaces. So this is basically what we would call kind of a mini Witchy Wand effect. It doesn't completely reset the cooldown or inflict the guard effect. However, it does add +1 cooldown on the target and foes within 2 spaces, which is very good. So Igrene is basically decked out with a lot of infantry exclusive skills that people can really find very, very useful. Life and Death 4 is a great skill, if not a little boring. Guardian's Bow, I think, is an excellent, excellent weapon. Again, I'm a little bit torn at the fact that she is a red archer, but all the same, I mean, she comes with a lot of great stuff that can make her work for sure. So not really trailblazing here, not really trailblazing wind here, but all the same, she comes with a really solid kit and a lot of skills that are really coveted, I've got to say. I mean, Blazing Wind aside, I think a lot of these other skills are skills that people can use and add onto their teams to make them much, much stronger, especially in the context of something like Aether Raids. And again, Guardian's Bow, I think is actually an amazing bow. I'm curious to see what her speed stat is going to be, aside from the Life and Death 4. But I anticipate that it is going to be sizable. So let's keep going. Oh, yeah. Kaboon is a master. Okay. So it looks like we are going to see Thor and Leaf again, and Thrasir and Loki, all in this Heavenly Witness story arc. And no surprises here. There's just kind of Loki on the battlefield. So maybe we'll get a clue into what she's been doing during pretty much all of Book 3. I don't really know, but yeah. Okay. So again, the new heroes are here. I don't know what they're actually called because this video doesn't have a name on it. Alright, new heroes from the Binding Blade. Guardians of Peace summoning event. Okay, and there's going to be a Tempest Trials Plus where we can earn Brunnya, Devoted General. So we don't get the art for Brunnya, but that's cool. That does mean that we're getting a Tempest Trial Plus, and alongside that, a Tempest Trial Plus unit. So, so Perceval and Igrene are definitely the two highlights of this banner, without a doubt. Perceval, I think, just has a lot of competition lately with units fulfilling that role of a cavalry lancer and a solo cavalry lancer that just kind of is like a homing missile that guides in and just like causes a ruckus. Igrene, I think, fits a very unique niche in that she's a red bow infantry user, which I don't know if we actually have any of those now that I'm thinking about it. Currently in the game, I could be very wrong, and I'm sure somebody is going to correct me in the comments. But it's not common. I'll say that much. And her art is absolutely amazing. So I think for me personally, it's always art and design over meta every day of the week, any day of the week. So I'll probably be pulling for Igrene out of these 4. I do think that Echidna is definitely a big candidate for a demotion. So if you are looking forward to getting her, certainly I don't want to discourage you from pulling, but she's probably going to be entering the 3 and 4 star summon pool after this banner is over, if I had to put money on it. So let me know in the comments below if you're excited for this banner, who you're going to be pulling for, if anybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching and taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.